guys, and welcome back to another Sunday meal prep video. Thank you so much for joining me for another one. If you are new here, my name is Jennifer. I am 47 years old. I've been doing WW for a couple of years now, and this is the way my husband and I do our meals each week. We pick 2 meals and we just make 6 servings of each and alternate those Sunday night through Friday night. No, we do not get bored with that. We look forward to picking out our new meals each week and what we're going to eat that following week, and we do switch it up in that sense. And it also saves us a lot of time at night, because then we don't have to come home, we don't have to cook, we don't have to worry about what we're going to eat and figure all of that out, you know, at the last minute. So it really helps set you up for success, in my opinion, to meal prep. I also prep my fruit to go with my lunches, and I prep my breakfast for the week as well. So with all of that being said, if you are new here and you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and click that red subscribe button down below, and also hit that thumbs up for me and that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my uploads. Also follow me over on Instagram. I will leave my Instagram handle for you here on the screen as well. If you're not following me over there already, I would appreciate it. And also I have a really great Facebook group. It is called Finding Our Way. This is the icon to that Facebook group, and there is a direct link down in the description box to it. Highly suggest that you join that as well. So with all that being said, let's go over our meal plan for the day, and then we will get right into the video. For our meals for the day today, we are going to make the orange chicken. Now, it's probably been a few weeks since I made the orange chicken, but that has probably been one of the best recipes that I have picked out and made here in a long time, that a lot of people have made and really enjoy. So I wanted to go ahead and make it so that if anybody else, you know, has not seen that other video, they see it again. And also I want to use my ingredients that I have left over so that they don't go bad, because that orange marmalade is, you know, I don't know how much I used in the recipe. I can't remember without looking at it off the top of my head. That hoisin sauce and stuff like that, I don't want that to just sit in the refrigerator and expire. So that's one, you know, a couple of reasons why I wanted to go ahead and do orange chicken this week. And also it is delicious. We loved it. We love a good Asian meal. You know, along with that we will have the fried rice, some stir-fry veggies, and then we'll also have pot stickers and spring rolls along with that. So that is always a fun meal to eat during the week. And yeah, everybody that have tried the orange chicken recipe said that they loved it and that their families loved it as well. So I wanted to make it again for that reason. And then our other meal is going to be my Butterball Turkey Sausage that we just cook in the oven. That is so good. I like to cook it up until it's nice and crispy. We're going to do the diced potatoes seasoned with the Cajun seasoning and Brussels sprouts along with it. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and make a pumpkin cheesecake this week for dessert. So yeah, that's the plan, and we will roll right into the video. All right, we are getting ready to start on our prep for the day. So here is everything that Charlie is going to prep up. He will dice up about 3 of these chicken breasts for the orange chicken, and then of course slice up the turkey sausage just into the little rings to put on the pan to cook in the oven. Along with those, we will just have some diced potatoes that I will season up with the Cajun seasoning, and then the Brussels sprouts, and I basically season those up the same without the Cajun seasoning. I'll wash my blueberries in the vinegar and water, and then I have 3 bell peppers. Kroger did not have the yellow bell pepper, so I just have 2 green and a red this week, which should be fine. And then I have a nice tomato for my sandwiches. I am having turkey sandwiches along with my fruit for the week, and so I have cantaloupe and pineapples that Charlie will cut up for me, and so that will be my fruit bowls. And here's Mr. Nico. What are you looking at, Nico? You want to say hi? Nico. Oh, he's looking at something else. I thought he was coming to say good morning to y'all. But anyway, we will go ahead and roll into Charlie's prep now.
You got that something, baby, that I can go without, just like a poison in me. You're all that I'm about. Loving the highs, don't mind the lows. It's getting out of my control. I want that something, baby, 'cause I can go without. Mama used to tell me love ain't right if it ain't easy, but I'm in too deep to walk away from you. Papa used to tell me love should never drive you crazy, but I lose my mind if you don't get his suit. I'm addicted to your love, to your love, your love. I'm never gonna get enough. I'm a sucker for your love, for your love, your love. I'm never gonna get enough. You can end it, say it's over, but I'm never going sober. I'm addicted to your love, your love. I'm never gonna get enough.
Alright guys, we are ready to make up our fruit bowls. I have everything set up here. I'll show you real quick. It is my usual. We have we have pineapple, cantaloupe, and blueberries. I still have some cantaloupe left from last week. I'm going to try to make sure that I put that in 1, possibly 2 containers to get it used up this week. I will eat it tomorrow and Tuesday. It's still good. I just had some for lunch. So I'm going to plate this up just like I usually do and just put some pineapple, and I'm actually going to use the old cantaloupe and put it in these 2 containers over here possibly, because they are different. That way I can tell which ones I need to eat first this week. And then we're just going to do some blueberries. So that's pretty much what my bowls are going to look like. I'm going to go through and divide it all, and then I will show them to you once they are done. And then I am going to make up 7 containers of my Chobani non-fat Greek yogurt in the little bowls, so they will be ready to go. And I am having turkey sandwiches with my lunches this week. So I have a pound of my boar's head turkey, and I will be eating this at least 3 days. I'm not sure if Charlie's going to eat any turkey or not. I might end up having it for 4 days since I got a full pound. So anyway, let me get these made up and then I'll show them to you. Okay guys, I have my fruit and yogurt ready for the week. These 2 fruit bowls are the ones with the older cantaloupe in them. That way I know to eat those first. And then I have the other with all of the new. And then I have 7 containers of yogurt, and then my tomato that Charlie sauced up for me for my sandwiches for the week, and my bell peppers. So I'm going to get this put away, and we're going to get the turkey sausage, the Brussels sprouts, and the potatoes ready and in the oven. Alright, we are getting ready to do our turkey sausage and potatoes and Brussels sprouts. I have those back there. I have 3 sheet pans lined with aluminum foil. This meal is great because you cook everything in the oven pretty much at the same time. The turkey sausage does not have to cook as long as the Brussels sprouts and potatoes, but I still put them in. I just kind of set a separate timer on Alexa to know when to flip it and take this out. So for the turkey sausage, the oven's preheating to 400. The turkey sausage is going to cook for 20 minutes on one side, and then I'm going to flip it over each piece and cook it for 10 minutes on the other side and then take it out. So a total of 30 minutes for the turkey sausage. And then for the potatoes and the Brussels sprouts, they're pretty much going to cook for about 45 minutes to an hour in there. So I like to just put it all in at the same time. I just know that the turkey sausage does not need to stay in as long as the other. But let me get this placed real quick, and then we will get the potatoes and Brussels sprouts and everything seasoned up, and then we will put it all in at the same time. Alright, those barely fit on there, but I have all of the turkey sausage ready. I'm just going to set it to the side, and then we're going to prep the potatoes and the Brussels sprouts. Okay, so I'm ready to season up the potatoes and the Brussels sprouts. So I'm pretty much going to use about the same things on them. For the potatoes, I am going to use the extra virgin olive oil spray. For the Brussels sprouts, I'm going to use the avocado spray, maybe. I didn't realize that this can was almost empty, but I will use what I have and then just switch over to the olive oil spray. For everything, it's going to have salt and pepper, ground cumin, garlic powder, chili powder, and garlic salt. And then I am going to put the Cajun seasoning on the potatoes. So that will not go on the Brussels sprouts. And what I'm going to do is like spray the potatoes, mix everything in there, or season them, mix it, spray it again, season them again, and then put them on the pan and then spray the top of them again. Same thing with the Brussels sprouts. So let's get this done real quick and get this in the oven. Okay, so we're going to start on the potatoes first. I am going to go ahead and just kind of spray the pan so that it's sprayed. And we're going to spray the potatoes really well. We're going to do salt, pepper, Cajun seasoning, ground cumin, garlic powder, chili powder, and garlic salt. Stir, and then we're going to do it all again. And just season to your taste. I do not have exact measurements for this. We like it spicy and salty. Alright, so we got salt and pepper on there. We're going in with ground cumin, garlic powder. There's not very much in here. Chili powder, garlic salt, and then the Cajun seasoning. And then I'm just going to stir it up really well. And then we're going to do it all again. Alright, so I've got that mixed well. We're just going to put it on the pan and spread it out as thinly as possible. I will stir these about halfway through, and the Brussels sprouts, like whenever I get out the sausage, that will be a good time for me to kind of give these a stir. These are looking good and seasoned up. We're gonna spray one more time on top with the olive oil spray. And then I'm just gonna set this to the side, and we are gonna get the Brussels sprouts together. And again, the Brussels sprouts are pretty much the same. I am gonna try to use avocado oil spray, but there doesn't feel like there's much in here. And then we're going to use all the same seasonings except for the Cajun seasoning. So I'm going to set that to the side. Just going to do salt, pepper, ground cumin, which this thing's getting about empty. I'm going to have to refill that too. I had to refill the garlic powder. Chili powder, garlic powder, and garlic salt. And then we're just going to stir it up and do it all again. Okay, we have that mixed up well. We are going to put on the pan, just like the potatoes, and spread it out. This is a lot of Brussels sprouts, y'all. They are so good cooked this way. Trust me, if you don't think you like them, try it this way one time and see what you think. They're so good. I like to cook them until they're kind of turning black and crispy on the edges. And I'll stir these just like the potatoes whenever I take the turkey sausage out. And we ran out of avocado oil spray, so we're just going to spray the tops with some olive oil spray. And now everything's going in the oven, 400 degrees, 20 minutes for the turkey sausage on one side, 10 minutes on the other side. These will probably stay in for about an hour, the potatoes and the Brussels sprouts. All right, everyone, I have the turkey sausage, the potatoes, and the Brussels sprouts all done. Here is the turkey sausage. I'm getting ready to weigh it out so that we can plate it up. Whenever I track this, I track it as 26 ounces divided by 6 because that's what it is pre-cooked. But to divide it out, after I cook it, I see how many ounces or grams that I have, and that's what I divide by 6 because it shrinks down whenever you cook it. Hopefully that makes sense. To me, that is the easiest way to, I guess, portion things out. You just weigh it and divide it by the number of portions that you need. But I do track this as the pre-cooked amount and then just let the wet watchers out and divide that by 6. Because we started out with 26 ounces, but we won't have 26 ounces now. And these turned out good. They are nice and crispy and charred looking. This is really delicious. I crave this meal. And in my opinion, this turkey sausage is actually pretty cheap. It's like $2 and something a pack at Kroger, so I think that's pretty cheap. So I don't mind making this meal. Okay, so we have 17.8 ounces. Let me grab my phone and we will see how much to put into each container. What did I do with my phone? Okay, so we'll pretty much get almost 3 ounces per container since it's right at 18 ounces almost. So that's what I'm going to shoot for. One might have just a little bit less than the other ones, but it will be fine. So we're going to do 3 ounces per container, and I'm just going to tear it out and then just take it out until it is negative 3 ounces. Okay, so that's what 3 ounces looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and get this divided between all of them. Okay, so that gets all of the turkey sausage divided equally. My battery's going to die. Let me swap it out, and then we're going to weigh out the potatoes. I'm going to probably just do 5 ounces in each of mine and then give Charlie the rest, and then we'll just divide the Brussels sprouts because those are 0 points anyway. Be right back. Okay, so here are the potatoes. I am going to just put 5 ounces in each of mine and then let Charlie have the rest of the potatoes. I'm probably going to do them in the big end. Okay, so that's what 5 ounces of potatoes looks like. I'm going to get those divided out. And then I probably won't even weigh Charlie's because he doesn't care. Lucky Charlie. Okay, so that got mine. I'm just going to eyeball Charlie's and divide that equally for him. Alright, so we have all of the potatoes divided and the turkey sausage divided. We are just going to eyeball the Brussels sprouts and divide those evenly between us as well. the completed turkey sausage, Cajun seasoned potatoes, and Brussels sprouts. Looking and smelling delicious and tasting delicious. I've nibbled on the Brussels sprouts a little bit, but this is a good meal. This is a higher point meal. I count the turkey sausage, I think, comes up to 6 points per serving, and then I count 5 points for the 5 ounces of potatoes. So again, if potatoes are 0 for you, then this would be like a 6-point meal or whatever. But potatoes are not 0 for me, so I do have to count those. But that is okay. We love this meal. It is totally worth it for me. So now we are going to go ahead and make the cheesecake, because I think it has to bake in the oven for like 40 minutes. And then while that's baking, we will do the orange chicken. Okay, so I am getting ready to start on my cheesecake recipe, which I forget exactly where this recipe came from. I will link it down below, but I think it's kind of a weird website, so I usually type it out as well. But it has very minimal ingredients. So we need 3 eggs, 3 cups of non-fat Greek yogurt, which I like the Chobani, obviously. I'm going to use that. 1 box of the sugar-free Jell-O cheesecake pudding mix. It calls for half of a tablespoon of caramel extract, which I never have. I've always used vanilla every time I make this, so that's what I'm going to use today. 3/4 of a cup of pumpkin puree. I'm going to use this Libby's pumpkin puree. A piece of advice, do not use the Libby's brand, like if you plug this into your app, because there's something about the Libby's pumpkin that adds a bunch of extra points for all of these vegetables. So I choose like a generic pumpkin that's 0 points and put in there, and it does not do that. But somebody pointed that out on my cookies. I had to change my recipe. I need 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, and then 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. The first thing I grabbed out of the drawer was cumin. I don't think my cheesecake would have tasted good if I accidentally chose cumin instead, but I caught it. Oh, and then we need 3 tablespoons of stevia, which I'm going to just use monk fruit sweetener, I think, because I do not use stevia. Oven is preheating to 350 degrees. I'm going to get my stevia out, get my eggs in the bowl. We'll get everything mixed up, and then I'm just going to cook it in this clear pie dish and spray it with the Pam baking spray. So that is the plan. And get it in the oven, and then we will get started on the orange chicken. All right, we are going to put together the ingredients for the cheesecake. Instead of the monk fruit sweetener, I decided I was going to use Swerve, just FYI. My monk fruit was really low, and this hadn't even been opened yet. I just opened it, so that way I don't use all my monk fruit sweetener. I wasn't sure there was 3 tablespoons in there anyway. So we are going to add the eggs, which I've already put the eggs in here. And then we're going to add the canned pumpkin, which is 3/4 of a cup. Okay, we need half a tablespoon of caramel extract, which I'm using vanilla. This is a half tablespoon. Put that in. We're going to use 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. And then we're going to do 3 tablespoons, which it says stevia. I'm using the Swerve. They're all 0 points, so I would just use whatever you like or whatever you have on hand. So there's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're going to mix this well. Then we're going to whisk in the dry pudding and the yogurt. Okay, now we are going to go ahead and put in the box of the sugar-free Jell-O cheesecake pudding mix. And 3 cups of yogurt that I have measured out here. Okay, and then we are just going to whisk this in very well until it is all blended. Okay, so I feel like that's whisked pretty good. We are going to take our pie dish, and I'm going to spray it with the baking spray. And we're just going to pour the batter in. Okay, it is ready to go in the oven, 350 degrees for 30 minutes. And here is my cheesecake, fresh out of the oven. She is still hot and bubbly. It just needs to really cool all the way down to room temperature, and then we will just cover it in plastic. We will not be able to have this tonight for dessert. It needs to chill in the refrigerator, but so far, every time I've made this, it's turned out perfect and delicious. So I'm looking forward to having this week. All right, we are finally ready to make this 5-ingredient orange chicken. This is a fabulous recipe. Highly recommend. It went over really well the last time that I made it. And the 5 ingredients that you need are chicken. It calls for chicken thighs. I'm not using that. I'm using chicken breast. some balsamic vinegar, a little bit of sesame oil, some sugar-free orange marmalade, and some hoisin sauce. And of course, I will salt and pepper my chicken. That's always a given. For the fried rice, I'm going to make 3 bags of the cauliflower. And then for that, I'm just going to need some soy sauce, some minced garlic, the fried rice seasoning mix, and an egg. And then for the steamed vegetables, these 3 bags of Kroger vegetables, I'm literally just going to put them in here, put a little bit of water in there, cover it, and cook them in the microwave. And then I'll just kind of drain them really well, and then I will just mix those directly in with the chicken once it is done. So I'm going to get my veggies going and kind of get everything started, get my pans out and everything, and we will get this meal wrapped up. Alright, I am ready to get started on the chicken. What I've done is just put salt and pepper on it, and we need to put the sesame oil in the pan, which it calls for 1.5 tablespoons. This is a half tablespoon, so I'm going to do 3 of these. So there's 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm just going to kind of swirl that around, and we're going to put the chicken in, and then I'm going to salt and pepper the other side as well. So while this gets started browning, I'm going to get my marmalade measured out and get started on the cauliflower to get it started softening up, because we just need to get this browned, and then we'll stir in the marmalade, the hoisin sauce, and the balsamic vinegar and everything. It's very easy, actually. This recipe was so much more easier to make than what I thought that it was going to be. So let me get the marmalade measured. It says to use like 0.3/8 of a cup. I'm just going to use a half a cup. It's what I did the last time, and it was perfect. Okay, so the chicken's going pretty good. It still needs a few more minutes. We're going to go ahead and get our cauliflower rice going so that it can start softening up. I'm just going to spray with the olive oil spray, and we're going to add all 3 bags of the cauliflower rice, which I have already broken it up. I do recommend that so that it's not in big chunks. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm just going to salt and pepper that for right now and put the lid on it until it's softened up, and then we will add in the soy sauce, the garlic, and scrambled egg in there. Okay, so we'll be back once the chicken is ready to add in everything. I kind of have a heaping half cup of the orange marmalade, and I just went ahead and used the rest of what was left in that jar. So I'm happy about that. Probably not going to add any more points per serving, to be honest, since it's going over a little bit, but I would rather just go ahead and use it up. That way there's no waste. So I will be back in just a few minutes for me, few moments for you. Alright, I am back, and we are ready to add the rest of the ingredients into the chicken. So we're going to go ahead and stir in the marmalade. And then we need 1.5 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. And then we need 3 tablespoons of the hoisin sauce, which is going to be 6 of these. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 3 tablespoons of hoisin sauce. And I'm just going to mix this well, and I've turned the heat way down on it because it was really starting to get hot there. And let this cook for just a minute. And then I have the veggies that I have drained out of the microwave. They are just sitting over here ready to add in. I'm going to add those in here in just a minute, but we're going to go ahead and do the rest of the steps for the fried rice. This is softened up pretty good. I don't want to burn it. I tend to get everything going at the same time, and then I forget about something. So I think that we are good on this. I have turned the heat down a little bit, but we are going to go ahead and go in with our soy sauce. This is 4 tablespoons or 60 milliliters of soy sauce. We're going to add that in. We're going to go in with a heaping teaspoon of minced garlic, and we're going to add in this fried rice seasoning packet. And then I'm just going to mix this up really well and let it kind of simmer for a minute. Then we'll push it all over to one side and scramble the egg and mix that in. If you do not want to add the egg in, you can always omit that step. And I promise you, this does not taste like cauliflower. It actually tastes like fried rice from that fried rice seasoning packet. And the soy sauce and everything. It's good. Alright, I'm going to leave that on low for a minute. And we're going to add the veggies into the chicken. I hope that wasn't blurry the whole time. So here are my stir-fry veggies. I've just drained the water off of them. I literally just warmed them up in the microwave. And I'm just going to try to gently stir this in because it's about to overflow my pan. Okay, So chicken and veggies are good. They're just going to sit and simmer. We are ready to scramble our egg in the cauliflower fried rice here. I'm going to push it all over to one side, and I need to get my egg. So I have my egg here already cracked in this little bowl, so we are just going to put it in the side over here. I'm probably going to turn the heat up so that it will scramble quickly, and we are literally just going to push it around and scramble it. Takes just a minute or so. Okay, so that's scrambled pretty good. Now you just mix it all together. I'm going to turn the heat back down so it doesn't burn the bottom. And then you have cauliflower fried rice. So everything is pretty much done. I'm just going to let these simmer just for a few minutes, and then we will plate it up. So see you in just a minute. Alright, we are ready to plate up. We have our fried rice here and then our chicken and vegetables. So I'm going to use these containers. If you can see that, it's just got the two sides. I'm going to leave this side empty, and then I'm going to put the fried rice on the bottom and then the chicken and veggies on the top over here. Whenever we make our chicken pot stickers and our vegetable spring rolls, I will just heat those up in the air fryer, and then we will just have those on this end, and it is just a perfect little dish to eat this meal in. So the fried rice is maybe a point, it's 0 or 1 point, and the chicken recipe is pretty low in points as well, so I'm just going to eyeball this. I'm not going to measure it out. If you wanted to make it perfect, you could weigh it and measure it out, but I don't find it necessary on really low point meals. But again, everybody is different, and so if you want to weigh it out, then that would be the best way to divide it. But I'm just going to eyeball this one, and so we're just going to put fried rice in the bottom like that. Alright, so that gets the fried rice divided. Now we are just going to do the same thing for the chicken and veggies, which I gave this a taste test. It tastes delicious. I let it simmer and cook down for a little bit, so I think this is a great meal with lots of vegetables, with the cauliflower and the stir-fry veggies in there as well. Very filling and pretty low in points. Alright, here is the completed orange chicken with stir-fry vegetables and the cauliflower fried rice. Again, this is delicious. Several people tried it the last time that I made it, and they said they loved it and that their family loved it as well. Definitely give this one a try. Super easy to make, only 5 ingredients. Alright, we have finally finished meal prep for the day. It's 6:30 p.m., but we got her done. So over here I have my fruit for the week and my yogurt. Again, I will have turkey sandwiches to go along with these. I get that question a lot, like, what's the fruit for? The fruit is for me. It is for me for all 7 days. Yes, for the most part, it always stays fresh enough to eat. Even this cantaloupe back here is left over from last week, and it is still good enough to eat for a couple of more days. I mean, occasionally something will start to turn, but again, it just depends on the fruit. Strawberries and stuff like that, I usually do not meal prep those because those will not last all week, but I do not seem to have a problem with this combination, so that's one reason I stick to it. Plus, I love the pineapple and the cantaloupe, and I feel like the blueberries are really good for you with lots of antioxidants, so that's one reason that I choose those foods specifically, or those fruits specifically. Here we have the Butterball Turkey Sausage with the Brussels sprouts and the Cajun seasoned potatoes. The pink ones are mine that are really measured out well for the potatoes. I measured 5 ounces for myself. Charlie always gets the rest. I get a lot of questions on where I get these meal prep containers. I found these either at Marshall's, TJ Maxx, or Tuesday Morning. I always suggest checking out those stores because you never know what you're going to find whenever you go in there. I always look at their meal prep containers. Home Goods is another good one. I'm always needing to, like, some of these are starting to look kind of pitiful, especially like these kind of green ones over here. They're getting stained and everything because we kind of put the same meals in them. But I mean, so far they're good. But eventually, I mean, I am going to have to rotate them out. But yeah, always check those. I do have some like linked in my Amazon store if you want to check it out, but it would probably save you money if you looked at the other stores first if you have one of those close by. And then over here we have our orange chicken with our cauliflower fried rice. And then back here is my cheesecake. She's just been sitting. She's still looking good. She's kind of developed a couple of little cracks in her, but I think she's going to make it. And then over here I have my scrambled eggs and my bacon. Now, a question that I get on my eggs is how many eggs do I have for a portion? So for a portion, it is 2 eggs and 150 grams of egg whites. And then just like a handful, half a cup or so of diced bell peppers, splash of almond milk, salt and pepper, and that's the way I would cook one portion. So basically, I'm multiplying that by 5 whenever I cook this. So whenever I make this, I do it all in one pan. So I'm doing 750 grams of egg whites with 10 eggs. And then whatever portion of milk, salt and pepper I want to put in there, and like a heaping pile of diced peppers that I saute up. It takes a while. It's kind of hot. It's kind of messy. That's one reason I never filmed this, but I filmed making my breakfast a ton on my vlog videos. So if you really want to see me make it, check it out over there. It's not on every one of them, but it is on a lot of them. And then the bacon, I always just cook it in the microwave just to show y'all. A lot of people are like, how do you get your bacon so crispy? I lay it flat on a paper towel and cook it pretty much about a minute per slice in the microwave. It is nice and crispy, and this will stay crispy in the refrigerator this week as well. So overall, with all of that being said, I have completed another successful meal prep. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me for another Sunday meal prep. We got it done. It is 6:30, so it took me a little while, but I always get a little bit of a late start. As summer approaches, I'm going to have to start speeding up my time so that I can enjoy that pool, you know. But anyway, overall, everything looks delicious, smells delicious. I'm sure it's all going to be great. Super excited to be set up for success for this week. Again, we've had all of these meals before, but highly recommend both of them. The orange chicken is really good, really easy. Pumpkin cheesecake, so far every time that I've made this one, it has turned out good. I have my breakfast for the week, so super excited for this week. And yeah, excited to have completed another meal prep, and thank you to all of my Jennifer's Gems that make it all the way to the end. I love you guys, and if you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button down below for me, and that like button. It really helps out my channel. I love you guys, and I will see you all in the next video. Mwah.